Costco sells some of the cheapest gas in America. It's also certified to the highest detergent standard on the market. Sheetz charges more and isn't certified at all. Same base fuel, often the same refinery. The only difference is what gets blended in at the terminal. So, 7 brands where paying a bit more actually buys you something. Then 5 where it doesn't, including the one mistake almost everyone watching has made this year. Number 7. Marathon and ARCO. Let's start with the ones you drive past without thinking. Marathon and ARCO run more than 7,000 stations between them. They share a rewards program. And in a lot of markets, ARCO is the cheapest branded sign on the street. Now, that's supposed to be a contradiction. Cheap sign, real standard. It isn't. Both brands are top-tier licensed. And here's the bit almost everybody misses. That license covers regular, mid, and premium, not just the expensive stuff. A licensed brand can't sell you a certified premium and a bargain bin regular under the same canopy. It's all 3 grades at every location carrying that logo, or it's nothing. So let's put a number on it. Say the certified pump is 4 cents more. On a 15-gallon fill, that's 60 cents. Fill up 50 times a year and you've spent $30, 1 tank of gas, annually, for a detergent package running 2 to 3 times the federal minimum. And with ARCO, you often don't even pay that. That's the brand you can use on autopilot and never once feel clever about, which is the point. The next one built its whole reputation on that same combination. Number 6. QuikTrip. If you live in QuikTrip country, you already know the feeling. The lot is busy, the pumps turn over fast, and the price is usually at, or under, the average for the area. QuikTrip is top-tier licensed, and it moves enormous volume. And volume is a badly underrated spec. Think about the coffee pot at a diner, the fresh pot at 8 in the morning, and the last inch of the one that's been on the burner since lunch are technically the same coffee. Nobody thinks they taste the same. Underground tanks work the same way. Fuel that sits picks up water and sediment, and the bottom of the tank is exactly where that sediment settles. A station selling 10,000 gallons a day never lets the tank get down there. A station selling a few hundred does, every single week. So you're not just buying the additive package. You're buying the fact that this gasoline hasn't been sitting down there since March. Busy certified station beats quiet certified station almost every time. That's the whole trick, and it costs nothing. Now the brands that put their own name on the chemistry. Number 5. Exxon and Mobil. Synergy. You've seen that word 10,000 times, and it's washed straight over you, because every fuel brand in America has a made-up name for its additive. The difference here is that this one is attached to a license. Exxon and Mobil are both top-tier certified, so the marketing name has an independent standard sitting behind it, instead of a copywriter. And that's the test for every additive claim you'll ever see at a pump. Not whether the brand has a name for it, whether the brand is on the list. A name is a tattoo. You pay once and it's yours forever. A license is a driving test you have to keep passing, and it can be taken off you. That last part is the only reason it means anything. Exxon and Mobil pay it, at nearly every station, in every state. And when you're 300 miles from home in a town you've never been to, that reliability is the entire product. You're not paying the extra 2 cents for the logo. You're paying it for the audit, which brings us to the brand people trust without ever knowing why. Number 4. Chevron and Texaco. Techron, the one additive brand ordinary drivers actually recognize by name, which is strange because most people can't name the detergent in anything else they buy. Chevron and Texaco are both top-tier licensed, and Chevron was in the room when the standard got written. Here's that story in 10 seconds. The federal detergent minimum was set in 1995 and never moved. Engines went to fuel injection and tight tolerance emissions hardware and started choking on deposits. The automakers couldn't change the law, so in 2004, they wrote their own spec and licensed it to anyone willing to meet it. That spec asks for 2 to 3 times the federal minimum across all grades, and that multiplier is the entire argument. Not a magic ingredient, not a secret formula. Just a bigger dose of the thing the government already agreed your engine needs. Chevron prices above the market in most areas and doesn't apologize for it. The people paying it aren't being sentimental about a logo. They're buying the spec that got written in that room. Also, if that's useful, subscribe. It genuinely helps. Right, back to it. Number 3. Shell, the most common gas station argument in America, and the answer is boring. Shell is top-tier licensed and has been for a long time. Not a scam, not magic, just a certified brand you can find almost anywhere. But here's the number that makes this whole category worth caring about. AAA compared engines run on top-tier fuel against engines run on non-certified fuel under controlled conditions. The non-certified engines picked up roughly 19 times more deposit on the intake valves. 19 times, not 19%. And that buildup isn't theoretical. It's hesitation, a rough idle, a misfire code, and eventually a shop quoting you $500 or more to blast those valves clean with crushed walnut shell. Because once it hardens, there's no additive on earth that can reach it. Run the maths against the $30 a year from earlier. One walnut blast is roughly 16 years of the price difference, paid in a single afternoon. To be fair, that was a lab test and your commute isn't a lab, but nobody seriously disputes the direction of it, including the 10 automakers who now sponsor the program. Boring, everywhere, certified. Sometimes that's the entire recommendation, which brings us to the two brands that just quietly raised the ceiling. Number 2, BP and Amoco. Here's where I have to correct something this channel has said before, because we follow the list, and the list moved. BP and Amoco left the top-tier program in late 2021. For a stretch of years, the criticism was fair, and I'd have put them in the second half of this video without blinking. They came back, and then in May of 2026, they went past where they started. Top Tier launched a new standard called Top Tier Plus, built for direct injection engines, which is what most cars sold in the last decade actually have. Here's why that matters. On an older engine, fuel sprays past the intake valve on its way in, so the detergent washes the valve every time you drive. Direct injection sprays straight into the cylinder instead. The fuel never touches the back of that valve. It's like a dishwasher that stopped reaching one shelf. Everything else comes out clean, and that shelf just gets worse. That's the flaw Top Tier Plus was written to close. BP and Amoco put their Invigorate additive through the new testing, it passed, and the Plus decals are rolling out across more than 7,500 sites. So if you've been avoiding a BP on the strength of an older video, including advice that was completely correct when it was given, the information moved and the video didn't, don't memorize my list. Check the pump. That habit outlives every video on this channel, which leaves one brand at the top. And it's the cheapest one here. Number 1, Costco. The cheapest gas at the intersection is also, right now, the most certified gas in America. Costco is top-tier licensed at every station, and it's one of only 3 national brands announced as Top Tier Plus, alongside BP and Amoco. Same warehouse model, same aggressive pricing, and the additive sits at the top of the standard rather than scraping the bottom. That's the whole point of this video sitting in one parking lot. Cheap doesn't mean bad, and expensive doesn't mean good. The cheap fuel excuse is a choice, not a law of physics. Every brand telling you it can't afford the additive at that price is being quietly disproved every single day by the longest queue in the retail park. Yes, there's a membership fee, and yes, the queue is real. Run your own maths on how often you fill up, but nobody gets to tell you cheap gas and good gas are opposites. One company has spent 20 years proving otherwise in front of everybody. And now, the 5 that aren't worth paying more for. Number 5. Sheetz. Great sandwiches, clean stores, fiercely loyal customers, and a fuel quality guarantee that says if a mechanic proves their gas broke your car, they'll pay. That's a real promise, and I'm not dismissing it. But across 600+ locations, Sheetz isn't a top-tier licensee. The fuel meets the federal requirement and stops. You're paying convenience store prices for floor-level detergent, and the sandwich is doing the persuading. Number 4. Circle K. More than 5,000 locations, the third largest convenience chain fuel brand in the country, and not on the licensed list. The Inner Circle discounts are genuine, but a rewards program is a discount on the price. It isn't an upgrade to the product, and a coupon has never cleaned a valve. Number 3. Sam's Club. This one stings because its direct rival is the number 1 entry in this video. Same warehouse model, same membership, same bulk pricing logic. And Sam's isn't top-tier certified while Costco is. Two companies, identical business model, opposite decision. If you hold both cards, that's a choice you get to make at the pump. Number 2. The interstate truck stops. Pilot Flying J and Love's. 40 diesel lanes, a restaurant, showers, and the gasoline pumps parked off to one side, almost as an afterthought. That layout is telling you the priority. When the overwhelming majority of your fuel revenue comes off the diesel island, nobody inside that company is fighting to license premium detergent for the minivans passing through. Once on a road trip is nothing. A habit of it adds up. Number 1. The premium octane upsell at an uncertified station. This is the most expensive mistake in the video, and almost everybody watching has made it this year. You pull in. You feel a bit guilty about how you've been treating your car, so you press the 93 button and pay 80 cents a gallon more than you planned to. Here's what you actually bought. Octane is resistance to knock. That's all it is. Unless your engine specifically requires premium, higher octane does nothing for you at all, and at an unlicensed station, the premium grade carries the same federal minimum detergent as the cheapest grade on that same pump, because detergent level and octane rating are unrelated specifications. Buying premium there to protect your engine is like buying a bigger fire extinguisher because your kitchen is dirty. Nice equipment. Wrong problem entirely. So on a 15-gallon fill, you paid $12 extra for zero additional protection. The certified regular across the street, 4 cents up on the sign, would have cost you 60 cents and given you 2 to 3 times the detergent. $12 against 60 cents. 20 times the money for the worst tank. That's the trap. People think they're buying quality when they're buying octane, and the two have nothing to do with each other. The drivers who work this out stop shopping by the price sign and start shopping by the decal. Find one certified station on your normal route. Use it, and never think about any of this again. And that's it. If you enjoyed this, do give us a subscribe, and we will see you in our next video.